Thank you for tuning in to the Force Production Powerlifting channel. My name is Lawrence Malcheff, and I was reflecting, thinking about life, looking out the window, and I had to stop what I was doing to make a video today. This Motivation Minute is brought to you by the thoughts of Snake Diet Sasha and Julie Youngblood from the Fasting Pharmacist's weight loss journey, and I'll put their links in the description box below. We have this thing where, you know, people talk about keeping it real, and there's all these fake people out there, and what's real, you know, what's fake, and who's real and who's fake. And well, I'm going to bring to you something really real, like I always do. You can always come here to this channel to find the real shit. I don't bring you any fakeness, ever. That's why I have so very little experiences online with people trolling me. I can count all the trolls that I have on one hand. And I've probably put out close to 250 videos now. That's a pretty low percentage. So without taking up any more time, let's get right into it. The purpose of the video today, and I'm going to read from a Word document that I'm making so I can stay on track. I'm going to address two topics in this post: the Snake Diet Accountability post, and the second topic is hard conversations that have to be had. In my classes at Wayne State's College of Education, we're taught from administrator to students to parents, reflection is the key to learning. Deep personal connection to that reflection. That is the key to not festering in life. It's also key to being somebody for somebody else, to being somebody of value to somebody else. It holds you accountable. Your reflections hold you accountable, if not in life, at least in your mind. And that's where it begins, the seed, the thought. So this video is designed to ask you to reflect. Reflect upon a conversation that you had with somebody. Reflect on a conversation that you've had with yourself. Reflect upon an experience where somebody's body language or your body language spoke volumes. Reflect upon an experience that is burned into your mind forever. And pass on something to somebody directly involved with that memory. Or to find someone who you think may benefit from that memory and let them know your thoughts. What can you get out of that? What sort of value can be attained from that? Well, from the Snake Diet Accountability post that Snake Diet Sasha Cecilia put up, and thank you for that, Sasha. Snake Diet Sasha Cecilia, she put up a post about the criticality of the Snake Diet Accountability post, and there's 1,000 things that can be said about putting up a Snake Diet Accountability post that are all positive. But what I hung on was that it made me think about the moment I clicked enter on this computer here and sent my 3/4 naked body image on Facebook for all to judge. The impact that it had on my already firm decision to stay with the snake diet and to do exactly what Cole Robinson was going to ask me to do as my coach was surreal. That impact when I put myself in cyberspace out there in just my underwear, head to toe, where everybody could see how gargantuan, how obese, how sick I had become. The impact of that was something else, man, you know? And I mean, I took those accountability, when I put up that accountability post, I had already been powerlifting for 4 years, and I had thought that I was in pretty good shape, just fat, and that it was okay to be that fat because I lifted weights intensely. But as you guys know from my stress tests, my comparative analysis of my 2 stress tests, I may have been strong, very, very strong, but physiologically, I was dying still. So when I put up that accountability post, I thought these were the thoughts, and they're just as fresh in my mind now as they were then. Put up or shut up. Got to do it now. Oh. For the first time, I cared not to fail for the first time. Like when I powerlift. When you powerlift and people are watching you go for a tough lift, you don't want to fail in front of them and look weak. You want to hit your lift. You want it to be a good, solid lift. When I put up that accountability post, I did not want to fail in front of thousands and thousands and thousands of people, especially here. Physically, I could deal with failing physically, but mentally, and then have people know that, okay, I'm going for this and I'm going to do it, and then to fail in front of all those people, and on top of that, to have all those pictures of my fat body out there. That's a lot to ask of yourself. But putting up the accountability post, that's what makes you stick with it. I can tell you this, a reflection within a reflection post. There have been people who I've coached, and I got to tell you, the nature of the snake diet, it's tough. I know 2 people, 3 now, Julie Youngblood, who's having success. Out of 12 people that I personally had interactions with, 3 out of, say, 18 people have succeeded because they wanted it bad enough. But these people, those 18 people, they refused to put up snake diet accountability posts, and of those 18 people, we only had a couple conversations on the phone because I was instructed to not coach anyone if they didn't put up that post, and that's why. The 3 people who have had success all put up snake diet accountability posts. Think about that. Now, with the snake diet accountability post, I thought, I have to do this for my health. That was the first time I ever really was taking my health into account at this deep of a level. With the powerlifting, I mean, you go into the gym and you lift weights, and that's, you get the immediate results. You see strength, but with something that attacks the inside of your body, the physiology, the biochemistry, and you can't see it. It's all happening in the dark. Is it going to work? Is it going to work? Am I going to slim down? Am I going to get leaner? I don't know. Well, you got to go for it. You got to trust in the process. And to have Cole in my corner was something that I couldn't see the value in then. But I see the value in it now. So thanks, Cole. Thanks, buddy, if you're watching. And like you said, Sasha, to stay looking like that after putting up that accountability post would have been a mental failure that would have led me down a very self-disappointing road. I have no doubt I still would have been powerlifting, but I would have been as big as a house right now. And quite frankly, I'm a better powerlifter now because I took this hard path. So great video, Sasha. This really made me reflect on the last year. Thank you. From Julie, I want to reflect on a very, very hard conversation that we had. Julie, you left me a very nice message that struck me deeply. It made me reflect about how we must have difficult conversations, how we must confront people. You cannot get anywhere in life without taking on the confrontations when you have to take them on. We have to speak our minds with people when appropriate. Sometimes we need to put whatever we're doing on hold and let it out and get that nerve raw and exposed. The nature of our conversation, I'm going to keep confidential because that is no one's business. But there's a lot to take from this very raw conversation that we had. So if you're still with me, YouTubers, if you're still with me, viewers, here it is. From that raw conversation, you know, it had to do with some very resonant conversations about living well and loved ones and future relationships and not having regret. I reflected to Julie this. We had a very intense conversation. Yes, we did. And sometimes we need a numbing conversation to hit us in a few raw spots. I was very focused in the gym after we finished our interaction. I was thinking about the job I had ahead of me, and I knew that I was not out of the woods. I was thinking about that I had a lot of put up or shut up to account for. And not only that, but for the rest of my life. The rest of my life. No part-time jazz, the real deal, the rest of my life. Very scary and very imposing on the psyche. I was thinking about our conversation, and it gives me goosebumps and makes my eyes sting a little bit to see how you, Julie, are producing a positive life from that conversation. And the reason I get a sting in my eyes is because I know deep, deep sorrow and have seen the worst in human beings and have been the worst in human behavior. I have been the worst in human behavior at times, more than once. I hurt my family nearly beyond repair a few times. And well, Julie, you're kicking ass. Plain and simple. You've made the 180. You're going in the right direction now. So don't you dare stop. I'll find you and shake my finger at you, menacingly. Okay? So, today reflect on something. Take time out from the hectic life you're living. Go somewhere, sit. And tackle a thought you've been meaning to tackle. And share that result with somebody. Thank you all, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.